Today we are going to continue with Julius Caesar Act 4 Scene 3. Line number, it may differ from book to book, so it might be near about line number 150 or 148, 47, something like that. Okay, so previously we have seen that Brutus and Cassius, both of them are having a conflict, a disagreement between them. Now this particular first part of this Act 4 Scene 3, it's not so important, but yet it's important to show that how a bridge, how a difference, একটা difference যে তৈরি হয়েছে between Brutus আর Julius Caesar, that is being highlighted over here. এবং this difference is going to probe or প্রবলেম ইন দ্য লং রান, সেটাই এখানে আমাদের পরবর্তীতে আর কি বোঝা যাবে যে এই ডিফারেন্সটা ওদের মধ্যে, ওদের ওয়ে অফ থট, they have been different person from the very beginning. এটাই realization will come to Brutus later, okay, but that realization টা যখন আসবে, it is already too late. It is মানে এতটাই লেট হয়ে গেছে, you can't go this way or that way. So in that case it is better that what has been done, it has been done. For that, what consequences has to be faced, Brutus is like ready to face for that, okay. So এর আগে পর্যন্ত we have seen the conflict, but somehow the conflict was settled down by Brutus. Cassius যতটা রাগ দেখিয়েছে, Cassiusের রাগটা আমরা দেখেছি বাচ্চাদের মতন, মানে Brutus has instigated him at times and he got instigated, he got infuriated and angered, but Brutus যখন রেগে গেল, it was something very ferocious kind and a very furious kind as well. Now somehow they have settled down their anger, they have come to a resolution that what misunderstandings had been there between them, that was all because of some kind of miscommunication, okay. So now we will see that Lucilius and Titinius, they have gone out and Brutus is calling for Lucius the page boy, Lucius the young page boy, he is calling for the page boy for a bowl of wine, some wine, he is asking for some wine. Cassius is saying, I did not think you could have been so angry. Now previously ওই যে ঝগড়াটা হয়েছে সেইটাতে Cassius বলছে যে বাবা তুমি এত রাগ করতে পারো, আমি কখনো ভাবতেই পারিনি। ওই একটা কথায় আছে না, শান্ত মানুষেরা যখন রেগে যায় তখন ইটস লাইক আ ভেরি ডেঞ্জারাস থিং। সো Brutus is also kind of that. He was very calm and poised. He's a calm and poised kind of a person, calm-headed person. But যখন রেগে গেছে, Cassius also was like, oh baba, এরকম ভাবে রেগে গেছে. He was of this view. So Cassius is like, I didn't understand or I didn't know that you can get angry in such a bad way. Brutus, oh Cassius, I am sick of many griefs. Now Brutus is saying that yes, I was angry, but there have been reasons for my anger, and the reasons for my anger are because I have lot many griefs. Lot many griefs mane I have too many sadness in me, there are too many melancholy in me, তাই জন্যে আমি রেগে গেছিলাম, মানে I was not in control of my emotion. When I am showing anger, when I am showing affection, I was not in a control of my action, of my anger as well, because of my griefs that were there. Cassius, of your philosophy you make no use if you give place to accidental evils. So Cassius is saying that you are not using your philosophy. Now Cassius had followed a particular type of philosophy, a Greek particular type of philosophy, which is Stoic philosophy, Stoicism, which means that you will not accept anything easily. মানে রিজন চাই তোমার যে কেন আমার সাথে এটা, আমি why I am getting angry, why I am getting sad, why I am getting so grieved. You will have reasons for each and everything. So similarly Cassius is so saying to Brutus ki tumi, you are not giving you reason, or you are not asking you reason that why you are getting so angry, why are there so many griefs in your life. You are not using your philosophy properly. Clear this line? Brutus, no man bears sorrow better. So Brutus is saying there is no man mane purush, okay, men, no men on this earth can bear sorrow as better as me. Bear sorrow mane endure sorrow, have patience to deal with the sorrow. So there is no man on this earth who can deal with the sorrow as better as me. And bolei he is giving the most shocking news and most direfully heartful news of his life, that Portia is dead. He is giving the most important information to Cassius ki Portia, his beloved wife, is dead. Now Cassius to is like akash theke porar moton, ha Portia bolche ki Portia. Brutus, she is dead. Cassius, how escaped I killing when I crossed you. Crossed you mane when I argumented with you, when I have a quarrel with you. So bolche je what, how escaped mane how escaped, how did I escape killing when I crossed you, mane when you were in so much grief. তোমার মনের মধ্যে যখন এত কষ্ট যে তোমার ওয়াইফ মারা গেছে, ডেফিনেটলি একজনের কারোর ওয়াইফ মারা গেছে, হি উইল নট বি ভেরি হ্যাপি। তো সে তোমার মনের মধ্যে যখন এত কষ্ট যাচ্ছে, অ্যাট দ্যাট টাইম আই ওয়াজ কোয়ারেলিং উইথ ইউ, why I not got killed during that time? I quarreled with you, I took the test of your patience during that time. I should have got killed that by that time. Why did not I get killed when I was crossing you? Oh insupportable and touching loss. So when I was arguing with you, you were going through some insupportable means unbearable and pitiful loss you have gone through. And at that time when you were mentally so broken down, at that time I was arguing with you, which is so insensible of me. Why I did not got killed at that time? Cassius is feeling very guilty right now যে ওই রকম সময় ওইভাবে ঝগড়া করেছে আর কি। Upon what sickness? Then he is asking Brutus যে কি কারণে মারা গেছে, upon what sickness, যে কি হয়েছিল পোর্শিয়ার। Reasons are important, so please underline. Impatience of my absence. The first reason that is given, underline. The first reason that is being given is that Portia was impatient of Brutus's presence. Brutus was away from Rome for many months, and so that's why Portia became very much impatient ki Brutus is not there at home. That is one reason. Another second reason, and grieved that young Octavius with Mark Antony have made themselves so powerful. For with her death the tidings came. With this she felt distract. So it is, a letter has come, the news of Portia's death has come through a letter to Brutus, and in that letter the reason was given that why Portia was dead. The first reason that was given, that Portia cannot bear the distance between her husband for so long, and she was very impatient to get to know the news ki Octavius and Mark Antony, they are creating a very strong army, and she got so much distract mane hopeless. She felt so hopeless কি অক্টেভিয়াস আর অ্যান্টনি যদি এত পাওয়ারফুল একটা আর্মি তৈরি করে, তাহলে হোয়াট অ্যাবাউট ব্রুটাস আর কেশিয়াস? কারণ কি ব্রুটাস আর কেশিয়াসের ব্যাপারে কোনো খবরই, স্পেশালি ব্রুটাসের ব্যাপারে কোনো খবরই কি বলে পোর্শিয়া পাচ্ছিল না। তো তাই জন্যে মেন্টালি খুব মানে ডিপ্রেসড হয়ে গেছিলো। অ্যান্ড অ্যাজ শি গট ডিপ্রেসড অ্যান্ড her attendants absent swallowed fire. So when her attendants were absent, she was not going through mentally very good, so always she was surrounded by maids and attendants. So when her maids and attendants were absent, she swallowed fire. She swallowed fire mane koila, burning coal. She swallowed burning coal. That means she committed suicide. ও সুইসাইড কমিট করেছে কিন্তু, বিকজ she was mentally not stable. She couldn't understand that what is going to go through or what is going to happen to Brutus when he will meet with Octavius's army or Mark Antony's army. So there were a lot kind of mental turmoil that she was going through, and that's why she committed suicide. And how it's a very painful death she took, that she swallowed burning coal. Cassius, and died so. Cassius saying that this is how she died. Brutus, even so, yes, in that way. Cassius, oh ye immortal gods. Now Cassius is grieving that, oh God, how this can happen. Just that moment, Lucius enters with wine and taper. Taper means candles. Brutus, speak no more of her. And then Brutus is asking, requesting Cassius ki I have already gone through this very bad news. I have to deal with this grief that has come upon me. So that's why speak no more of her. কারণ কি যত ওয়াইফের ব্যাপারে কথা বলবে তত ওর কষ্ট হবে, ওয়াইফ মারা গেছে, এই হয়েছে, এই নিয়ে কথা বলবে তত ওর বেশি কষ্ট হবে। তো তাই জন্যে speak no more of her. And then he is asking to he is saying to Lucius, give me a bowl of wine. তো বলছে যে আমায় ওয়াইনটা দাও। In this I bury all unkindness, Cassius, and he starts drinking. It's like something very cinematic and very poetic that we have seen always. Whenever something bad happens, the boys go on drinking, they become drunkard. So over here he is saying that to forget all sorts of unkindness. Unkindness mane over here, unkindness mane baje ব্যবহার বা কিছু না, the unluck, that the fate that has come upon him, the wrong doings that has been going on along with him. Okay, so those, to forget all those, he is saying that I am drinking and I am trying to forget all the griefs, all the problems that are there in my life. Cassius, my heart is thirsty for that noble pledge. Fill, Lucius, till the wine overswells the cup. I cannot drink too much of Brutus's love. Now Cassius is saying that my heart is thirsty for that noble promise that we must take to avenge all these death that is taking place. And then he is also telling to Lucius, Lucius, fill in the cup with wine until it overswell. Overswell mane overflow, যতক্ষণ না করছে আমার কাপকে fill in করো, but I cannot drink too much of Brutus's love. I cannot drink too much of Brutus's love means I cannot endure with the patience that Brutus has shown upon me. I cannot. I have done wrong with him, so I cannot. I have done wrong with him to argue with him when he was so much grieved. So that's why I want to also drink. And then Lucius exit. Titinius and Messala enter. Brutus, come in, Titinius. Welcome, good Messala. Now sit we close about this taper here and call in question our necessities. So he is calling in Titinius, Messala, and then he is telling that let us sit surrounding this taper. Candle ta majhane ache, keeping the candle in middle. Let us sit surrounding the candle and discuss all the necessary requirements that we need to do for our battle before the proceeding. Cassius, Portia, art thou gone? Cassius is like, cannot believe that Portia, such a brave woman. Portiaর ব্যাপারে we have read in class 9 এর ওই act কি জানো 2 সিন 1 এর দিকে আমরা পড়েছি পোর্শিয়া কতটা কারেজিয়াস অ্যান্ড ব্রেভ একটা লেডি ছিল। সো সেখানে কেশিয়াস ক্যানট বিলিভ দ্যাট পোর্শিয়া হ্যাজ ডান দিস, পোর্শিয়া হ্যাজ কমিটেড সুইসাইড। তো তাই বলছে পোর্শিয়া ইউ আর নো মোর, ইউ আর রিয়েলি গন। Brutus, no more, I pray you. Brutus again telling to Cassius, no more, no more mane please, don't name Portia anymore, don't talk about Portia's death anymore, I request you. And then he is saying to Messala, Messala, I have here received letters. Now he is telling some important, now he is going to give some important information about the enemy that has been raised at Rome, that he has received some letters where the information is that, underline, that young Octavius and Mark Antony come down upon us with a mighty power, bending their expedition towards Philippi. So Brutus has received some letters. Now how did he receive these letters? Definitely spies are there to give some secret information about what the enemies are doing. So the spy has given letters where it has been informed that young Octavius and Mark Antony, they have raised a very big mighty power, they have raised a huge soldier army, and they are marching towards Philippi, towards Sardis, where they have camped. ওইদিকে আসছে। Messala, myself have letters of the self same tenor. So Messala is saying that even I have received same kind of letter. Okay, same kind of letter. Tenor mane same kind, same category of letter. Brutus, with what addition? Brutus is saying, is there any extra information is there given in your letter other than what I gave you right now? এটা ছাড়া কি আর কিছু দেওয়া আছে এক্সট্রা ইনফরমেশন তোমার লেটারে? Messala, that by proscription and bills of outlawry, Octavius, Antony and Lepidus, already they have formed the triumvirate. The triumvirate have put to death 100 senators. So Messala is saying that I have got some extra news as well, which is saying that Octavius, Antony and Lepidus, the would-be triumvirate of Rome, they have put to death 100 senators. 100 জন senatorsদের মেরে দিয়েছে। Okay, and they have done this through legal proclamation, where they have declared these men to be unprotected by law. Mane unprotected by law means unprotected by the law of Rome. They do not fall under the jurisdiction of Rome. Saying this, they have slaughtered or they have killed 100 senators. Now these senators will definitely be the conspirators of Caesar's assassination. Brutus, therein our letters do not well agree. So Brutus is saying, now this particular information doesn't agree with what information I have received. Mine speak of 70 senators that killed by their proscription, Cicero being one. তো বলছে আমার লেটারে 70 senators মারা গেছে সেই খবরটা এসেছে, আর তার মধ্যে Cicero is also one of them. Maybe the letter which Brutus have received, that was received earlier, আর Messala যে লেটারটা পেয়েছে সেটা হয়তো আরও 30 জন মারা যাওয়ার পর পেয়েছে. It can be this also. Cassius, Cicero one. Now Cassius is like, what? Cicero also died. Messala, Cicero is dead, and by that order of proscription, and Cicero has also been put to death by the same reason. And then Messala is saying to Brutus, had you your letters from your wife, my lord? So he's asking to Brutus that have you got any letters from your wife? Brutus, no Messala. Messala, nor nothing in your letters writ of her? Messala is saying, did you not receive any letter, any information about your wife in your letter? Brutus, nothing Messala. Brutus বলছে, no, nothing. Messala, that methinks is strange. Messala is saying, I think that is strange that you did not receive any information about your wife in your letter. Brutus, why ask you? Here you ought of her in your letter, in yours. So Brutus is asking, why are you asking this to me? Have you heard anything else in your letter about my wife? Messala, no, my lord. Messala is saying, no, my lord, I haven't heard anything. Brutus, now, as you are a Roman, tell me true. So Brutus is saying, now, since you are a Roman, tell me the truth if you have heard anything extra about my wife's death. Messala, then like a Roman bear the truth I tell, for certain she is dead and by strange manner. So, পুরনো ইনফরমেশনই দিচ্ছে, তো সেই হিসেবে that means from here we can understand कि Brutus has received the letter earlier and Messala has received the letter later. Okay, এটা থেকেই বোঝা যাচ্ছে। তো Messala is saying that then like a true Roman I must tell the truth that it is certain that your wife Portia is dead and she is dead in a strange manner. Strange manner মানে it's not a natural death, it's not something very naturally done. Suicide করেছে and by swallowing burning coal. Brutus, why farewell Portia? We must die, Messala. So Brutus is saying, why? Okay, well, goodbye to Portia. I can't say anything else other than that. And then he says to Messala that, Messala, we all must die, you know. With meditating that she must die once, I have the patience to endure it now. So I knew that she would have to die sometime or the other. I knew that my wife will die sometime or the other. I knew that. But I couldn't understand that it will be so early. That I was not ready to hear it. এতটা তাড়াতাড়ি হয়ে যাবে, I was not ready to hear it. But now I have the patience to endure it now. But since it has happened, I have to endure it now and I have that patience. জিনিসটা আমায় যে সহ্য করতে হবে, সেই সহ্য করার ক্ষমতাটা আমার এখন হয়ে গেছে। Messala, even so great men great losses should endure. So Messala is saying this is exactly the way that great men should endure great losses. It's kind of some encouraging words they are trying to give to uplift Brutus's encouragement. Cassius, I have as much of this in art as you, but yet my nature could not bear it so. So Cassius is saying that I know the philosophy of stoicism that I follow. I always try to reason out. I always value reasoning, but I cannot bear it this news. I cannot reason out this news till yet now. What news? That Portia is dead. Brutus, well, to our work alive, what do you think of marching to Philippi presently? Brutus is saying, now forget about all this. Who have gone, have gone. We cannot bring that person back. So what the work is alive? Well, we are alive for that work. That's the war. তো যার জন্য বেঁচে আছি সেটা নিয়ে আমরা চিন্তা করি. Let us think about that. And now tell me, what should we do? Should we march towards Philippi as well? Cassius, I do not think it good. So Cassius is saying, I don't think this is going to be a very good idea to march towards Philippi. Brutus, your reason? Now Brutus is asking, now why you think it's not good to march towards Philippi? Give your reason. Underline koro, point korbe. Cassius, this is it. So Cassius is giving the reason. What is it? First one. No, this is not the first one. I'll tell the first one. 'Tis better that the enemy seek us. It is always better that the enemy try to find us or try to come to our camp where we are stationed. Amra jekhane achi, it is better to enemy to come to us. And why he is saying so? Now, number one, so shall he waste his means. Number one reason. Vary his soldiers, number 2 reason. Doing himself offense, number 3 reason. 3 reasons are given, 3 marks is there. 3 reasons, ekdom 3 reason 3 marks. What are the 3 reasons given by Cassius to not to march towards Philippi? The question can come over here only. So the 3 reason is that so shall he waste his means. So shall he waste his means মানে এখানে he বলতে কাকে স্পেসিফাই করছে? enemy camp কে, ঠিক আছে? So enemy camp has been personified as he, and it is said that when the enemy camp will come towards us, they will have to travel a lot of distance. এই ডিস্টেন্সটা ট্রাভেল করার জন্য they will have to take rest, they will have to take food, they will have to take shelter. তো এর জন্যে মানে whenever wars are carried on, তো ওয়ার তো যেখানে লোকজন থাকে সেখানে হয় না, আলাদা জায়গায় আলাদা ওয়ার ব্যাটেল ফিল্ডে হয়। তো এভরিথিং, কুকিং আইটেমস থেকে শুরু করে আদার আর্মস অ্যান্ড অ্যামুনিশন, এভরিথিং ইজ ক্যারেড। তো দ্য প্লেসেস ওয়্যার দে উইল টেক শেল্টার, সেখানে জিনিস তো নষ্ট হবে, খাবার ইউজ হবে, খাবার খাওয়া হবে, আদার মিনস যা যা আছে সেইগুলো ইউজ হবে। তো দে উইল ফল শর্ট অফ দেয়ার রিকোয়ারমেন্টস। তাহলে যখন এখানে যুদ্ধ করার সময় এসে ক্যাম্প করবে তখন ওদের রিকোয়ারমেন্টসের শর্টেজ হতে পারে, তাহলে ওদেরকে আসতে দাও, ওদের রিকোয়ারমেন্টসগুলো ইউজড আপ হবে। নাম্বার 1 রিজন। সেকেন্ড রিজন, ভেরি হিজ সোলজার। ভেরি মানে সোলজার্স উইল গেট টায়ার্ড। অতটা ডিস্টেন্স এদেরকে তো আর প্লেনে করে বা ট্রাকে করে ট্রেনে করে তো আসতে হচ্ছে না, হেঁটে হেঁটে আসতে হচ্ছে। কেভেলরি যারা তারা ঘোড়ায় করে আসছে, তো কেভেলরির ঘোড়াগুলোও টায়ার্ড হয়ে যাবে, সোলজার্সরা যারা হেঁটে আসছে তারাও টায়ার্ড হয়ে যাবে। তাহলে টায়ার্ড হয়ে গেলে যুদ্ধ অত ভালো করে করতে পারবে না। সেকেন্ড গুড রিজন ইজ গিভেন। অ্যান্ড ডুইং হিমসেলফ অফেন্স, অ্যান্ড ডুইং দিস টু থিং the enemy will reduce their strength all by themselves. Clear? 3 reasons. Whilst we lying still are full of rest, defense and nimbleness, and when we will be at our camp in Sardis, Sardis যদি আমরা মুভ না করি তাহলে আমরা এখানে lying still, we will be waiting over here. আমাদের আর্মি উইল বি ফুল অফ রেস্ট, তার মানে ফুল অফ এনার্জি, ফুল অফ ভেলর, কারেজ, এনথুজিয়াজম থাকবে। ডিফেন্স, উই উইল বি আর্মড উইথ অল সর্টস অফ আর্মস অ্যান্ড অ্যামিউনিশন, ইকুইপমেন্টস থাকবে, আমাদের কোনো খাবার টাবার খরচা হবে না এক্সট্রা। আর নিম্বলনেস, নিম্বলনেস মানে উই উইল বি কুইক ইন আওয়ার অ্যাকশন, আমরা স্লো হয়ে যাব না। ট্রাভেল করলে, অনেকটা ট্রাভেল করলে আমরা স্লো হয়ে যাই। আমাদের সেই যেরকম আমরা ঘুরতে গেলে কোথাও প্রথম দিনটা আমরা খুব টায়ার্ড থাকি, পরের দিন থেকে উই ক্যান একটু রাত্রিরে রেস্ট নিয়ে নিলাম বা একটু রেস্ট নেওয়ার পর উই ক্যান শো আপ আর এনার্জি। সো সেটাই, এরা অত মানে মাইল আফটার মাইল হেঁটে হেঁটে আসবে যুদ্ধ করার জন্য, তো ডেফিনেটলি পরের দিনই আবার একবারে শরীর খাটিয়ে যুদ্ধ করা ইটস নট গোয়িং টু বি পসিবল। এখানে তো আর ক্যানন, তারপর অ্যাটম বম এই সমস্ত তো ইউজ হবে না, ঘোড়ায় চেপে তরোয়াল, তীর, ধনুক এইসব দিয়েই যুদ্ধ হবে। সো সেটা যথেষ্ট পরিমাণে একটা ইটস ভেরি হার্ড ওয়ার্কিং কাইন্ড অফ এক্সারসাইজ ইটস গোয়িং টু হ্যাপেন, তো সেটার ক্ষমতা থাকবে না। তো সেই রিজনটাই বলেছে যে আমরা যদি এখানে থাকি তাহলে আমাদের আর্মি উইল বি মাচ মোর energized, much more capable of taking the battlefield into control. Brutus, good reasons must of force give place to better. So bolche je your reasons are very good, but there must be better reasons to take over your good reasons. Bole bolche, then he is giving some reasons. The people twixt Philippi and this ground do stand but in of forced affection. So the people who are standing over here, who are fighting for us from Sardis till Philippi, Philippi থেকে সার্ডিস পর্যন্ত যে সমস্ত লোকেরা আছে, and those who are standing in support of us, they are not standing in support of us out of love or loyalty. They are standing for us in forced affection because of fear. আমাদেরকে ভয় পেয়ে ওরা আমাদের সাথ দিচ্ছে, ঠিক আছে? For they have grudged us contribution. For they have grudged us contribution means they only gave us. They mane the people, the families living between Sardis to Philippi, they have given us men and money for our army because they felt that they have to, they are forced to, তাই জন্যে আমাদেরকে দিয়েছে, তাদের বাড়ির ইয়াং ছেলেদেরকে যুদ্ধ করার জন্যে তাদের টাকা পয়সা ওরা ফোর্সফুল মনে করেছে, তাই জন্যে they have given. So it's not out of loyalty or out of love for us that they have done this. তো এই ধরনের মানুষকে যদি অন্য কেউ ব্রেন ওয়াশ করে তাহলে তো সে আমার আগেনস্টে হয়ে যেতেই পারে, according to Brutus. Now what he will give the reason, the enemy marching along by them, I am reading right hand, the enemy marching along by them shall make a fuller number, come on refreshed, new added and encouraged. So তাই বলছে the enemy বলতে Octavius, Mark Antony, Lepidus, those who are going to come from Philippi to Sardis, তখন এই লোকগুলোকে এই ফ্যামিলিগুলোকে ক্রস করতে হবে। And now if they marching along by them shall make a fuller number, so the enemy marching along or passing by them, they can grow, fuller number মানে they can grow their army by recruiting these people. এবার রিক্রুট করবে কিভাবে? by any illegal means, brain wash করলো, টাকা খাওয়ালো, that is not given, but that can happen according to Brutus's viewpoint. এটা হতেই পারে, because এই লোকেরা আমাদেরকে ভালোবেসে আমাদের সাথ দিচ্ছে না, তাই এদেরকে কিনে নেওয়া যেতেই পারে। It's true fact. So if that happens, then they will come on refreshed, new added and encouraged. So if that happens, that the army is added up with people living between Philippi to Sardis, those who were supposed to support us, if they get added to the enemy camp, then they will have much more refreshed, energized and much more fuller number army to go against us. তখন তো আমাদের আর্মি এখানে যে কটা আছে অনেক কম হয়ে যাবে, কারণ কি we were supposed to get help from them. আমরা যদি এগিয়ে যেতাম এরা আমাদের সাথে ওখান থেকে জয়েন করতো, বাট তার আগেই তো যদি এনিমি ওদেরকে নিয়ে নেয় তাহলে ওরা এনিমির সাথে এসে আমাদের এখানে এসে যুদ্ধ করলে আমাদের তো যে কয়জন তোমার মানে কেশিয়াস তোমার সোলজার আর আমার সোলজার যে কয়জন আছে অনেক কম পড়ে যাবে। ক্লিয়ার? বোঝা গেছে? ওকে। So from which advantage shall we cut him off? If at Philippi we do face him there, these people at our back. So বলছে যে we can block this advantage. From this advantage shall we cut him off. Him বলতে over here it is the enemies. So বলছে we can block this advantage if we go and face the enemies at Philippi itself. তাহলে আমরা সার্ডিস থেকে যখন যাব, সার্ডিস থেকে এই লোকগুলো যারা আমাদেরকে ওইভাবে সাপোর্ট করছে না, দে উইল বি সাপোর্ট মানে আমরা তাদেরকে আমাদের সাথেই নিয়ে যাব, অ্যান্ড ফিলিপিতে গিয়ে we will be larger in number with these men and with our existing soldier, and then we can overcome the enemy very easily. Why? Because these people at our back, মানে these people will be then forced to support us. তখন আর ওদের কাছে চয়েস থাকবে না যে এনিমিদের সাথে জয়েন করবে। বোঝা গেছে কি বললাম? ক্লিয়ার? Cassius, hear me, good brother. He was about to say something and then he is stopped by Brutus. Under your pardon, মানে let me finish please, I haven't yet finished. You must note beside that we have tried the utmost of our friends. Our legions are full brim, our cause is right, the enemy increaseth every day. So বলছে যে you also must be able to recognize that we have tried the utmost of our friend. Whoever were there to support us, they have joined us. And our legions are full brim. Our legions are full brim মানে our regiments are almost full. So we are well equipped, we are well ready, and our cause is ripe, and we are ready for the battle as well. So, and we know the enemy is increasing day by day. So if we let them get increased more while coming towards us, then it will be a already defeat for us from the prior. আগে থেকেই আমরাই হেরে গেছি বলে আমরা বুঝে যাব. We at the height are ready to decline. We are the height at the ready to decline মানে we are at our largest, and we can also decrease very easily as well if we allow them to come to us. There is a tide in the affairs of men which take at the flood leads on to fortune. This is there is a tide in the affairs of men which taken at the flood leads on to fortune. Now this is the ki bole metaphor that has been used. What metaphor? How it is saying that when there are high tides, when there is a high tide, it's very easy to float during that time. Float করে যাওয়া মানে any vessel কে float করে যাওয়া, it becomes very easy. So in lives of men also, when things are happening good, high tide, good মানে হাই টাইডকে ভালো জিনিসের সাথে কম্পেয়ার করা হয়েছে. সো when things are happening good in someone's life which is a high tide, so you must do certain action during that time so that you can get fortune, you can get good success. So this is our high time. We are in our high tide time. যখন কিনা আমাদেরকে সার্ডিস ছেড়ে ফিলিপির দিকে মুভ করা উচিত. Because we already know that people between Sardis to Philippi are not supporting us out of love or affection, but they are forced and they are fearful of us. So if we go, তাহলে আমরা এদেরকে আমাদের সাথে নিয়ে নিতে পারবো, আমাদের আর্মিটা অলরেডি তখন বেশি বড় হয়ে যাবে. তাই বলছে there is a tide in the affairs of men which take at the flood leads on to fortune, means when there is high tide, if we set on in a boat, that boat will have a successful voyage. Omitted all the voyage of their life is bound in shallows and in miseries. But if you miss the high tide, if we miss the high tide, ভালো সময়কে যদি আমরা ইগনোর করি, if we ignore the good time, and then the time which is not going to be favorable, if we do something at that time, then success will not come to us. Success will not come to us. Similarly, when there is a low tide going, ওই সময় যদি কোনো জাহাজকে বা নৌকাকে ছেড়ে দেওয়া হয়, then definitely that boat will not be able to float or will not be able to take the voyage in a very better manner. On such a full sea are we now afloat, and we must take the current when it serves or lose our ventures. So we are now on a very high tide condition, and so we must afloat. আমরাও ঠিক জাহাজটার যেরকম হাই টাইডের সময় ছাড়লে ভালো হয়, আমাদেরও এখন এখান থেকে ছেড়ে বেরিয়ে যাওয়াটা বেটার হবে. ঠিক আছে? সো উই ক্যান গেট দ্য কারেন্ট মানে আমরা লোকজনকে আমাদের সাথে কালেক্ট করতে পারবো, অ্যান্ড দেন উই ক্যান go have a good fortune মানে যুদ্ধে হয়তো আমরা জয় হয়ে যেতে পারবো. Cassius, then with your will go on, we'll along ourselves and meet them at Philippi. So বলছে if you think that this is going to be the right decision, with your will, with your desire, we can move on and we will meet them at Philippi there itself. Brutus, the deep of night is crept upon our talk, and nature must obey necessity, which we will negard with a little rest. There is no more to say. So Brutus is saying that almost the whole of night has gone while talking these. So we will now give our body some rest which is necessary to give, and definitely if there is as much as rest we can give to our body, we will give it now, and if there is anything to say, you can say it right now. Cassius, no more good night, early tomorrow will we rise, and hence. Cassius is saying nothing, we don't have to say anything else. Tomorrow early morning we will get up and we start marching towards Philippi. Brutus is calling Lucius. Lucius enter. Brutus is saying, my nightgown, bring my nightgown. Lucius goes to bring the nightgown. Rattirir nightgown. Brutus, farewell, good Messala, good night, Titinius, noble Cassius, good night and good repose. So he is saying good night to everyone. Go to your tent, have good sleep, repose mane, get a good sleep, and good night to everyone. Cassius, oh my dear brother, this was an ill beginning of the night. Never comes such division between our soul, let it not, Brutus. So Cassius saying, oh my dear brother, the starting of this evening has been very bad because they had a quarrel. They were having misunderstanding between them. So the starting of the night or the evening has been very bad. This kind of never comes such division between our soul. I wish these kind of disagreement shall never come between us, and Brutus, don't let it come as well. And then Lucius enter with the nightgown. Brutus, everything is well, everything is well. 3 idiots and moton bolbo, all is well. And then Cassius says, good night my lord. Cassius is saying good night. এখনো ওদের গুড নাইটটা শেষ হচ্ছে না, গুড নাইট চলছে। ব্রুটাস সবাইকে টাটা বাই বাই করছে, কেউ আর টাটা বাই বাই হচ্ছে না। And then Cassius, Titinus and Messala exit. Now it's important, okay? Listen. Brutus, give me the gown. So Brutus is staying to, সবাই চলে গেছে, okay? Everyone has left. Only Brutus is there in his tent and Lucius is there, okay? So Brutus Lucius কে বলছে, give me the gown. Gown মানে the night gown. Wedding gown পরবে না definitely. Where is thy instrument? Thy instrument বলতে Lucius একটা stringed instrument বাজায় যেটাকে lute বলে, L-U-T-E, lute. I guess many of the books have given the picture, but if not, lute is a string instrument. It's like a ukulele kind of thing. Okay, তো ওইটা বাজায়, তো সেই ব্রুটাস বলছে যে where is your instrument? Lucius বলছে here in the tent, এই টেন্টেই আছে। Brutus, what thou speakest drowsily? তো লুসিয়াস ঘুমিয়ে একটু ড্রাউজি ফিল করে কথা বলছিল। তো ব্রুটাস বলছে, কি আর ইউ টায়ার্ড, কীরকম ঘুমন্ত অবস্থায় কথা বলছো? পুয়ার নেভ, আই ব্লেম দি নট, দাও আর্ট ওভার ওয়াচড। সো ব্রুটাস ইজ সেইং যে পুয়ার সোল, আই ডু নট ব্লেম ইউ ফর দ্যাট, বিকজ thou art overwatched মানে you have been awakened for too long, মানে যতক্ষণ জেগে থাকার দরকার তার চাইতে বেশি জেগে আছো, and you are serving me as well. Call Claudio and some other of my men, I'll have them sleep on cushions in my tent. So he says that call Claudio and some of the others from my soldiers, I want them to sleep in my tent. Then Lucius called for Vero and Claudio. Vero and Claudio enter. Vero calls my lord, মানে আমাকে ডেকেছেন। Brutus, I pray you sirs, lie in my tent and sleep. It may be I shall raise you by and by on business to my brother Cassius. So Brutus is saying, requesting Vero and Claudio, I request you, both of you, please lie down and sleep in my tent, because it might be that I can wake you up and send you to Cassius, my brother, on some requirements and business. Vero, so please you, we will stand and watch your pleasure. So Vero is saying that don't worry sir, we are going to stand and wait for you if you require us. Brutus, I will not have it so. Lie down, good sir. তো বলছে I don't want both of you to stay awake. don't have to stay awake and stand. You can lie down. It may be I shall overthink it may be I shall otherwise bethink me. So he is saying it might be that I don't require you to be sent to Cassius at all. Okay, আমার মনে হয় আমি নাও তোমাদেরকে সেন্ড করতে পারি, তাই বেকার জেগে থাকবে, শুয়ে পড়ো। And then he is saying to Lucius, look Lucius, here's the book I sought for. I put it in the pocket of my gown. So Lucius ke bolche je ei dekho Lucius, here is the book that I was looking for. I have put this book in the pocket of my nightgown itself. Vero and Claudio is lying down, and then Lucius is saying, yes sir, I was sure your lordship did not give it to me. So Lucius is saying, I was very sure sir that you hadn't given this to me. Brutus, bear with me good boy, I am much forgetful. So Brutus is saying, please bear with me, endure me, I have become a little forgetful now. Canst thou hold up thy heavy eyes a while and touch thy instrument a string or two? Heavy eye bolte, when you feel very sleepy, very drowsy, you can't keep your eye open, the eyelid feels as if it's very heavy. So that's why Brutus is saying to Lucius, can you please be awake and play the musical instrument a little for me? Lucius, my lord, and please you. So Lucius is saying, yes definitely, and I'll try to make you happy as well. Brutus, it does my lord, I trouble thee too much, but thou art willing. So Brutus is saying that it will definitely, it will give me happiness if you play the instrument for me. And then he says that I give you too much trouble, but whenever I am asking for you, whenever I am asking anything from you, you are always willing to serve me, you never say no. Lucius, it is my duty. So Lucius is like, etai to amar kaj, ami na keno bolbo. Brutus, I should not urge thy duty past thy might. So Brutus is saying that I sometimes ask you to do something more than your might mane more than your capability. Okay, past thy might mane beyond your capabilities, beyond what you are able to do, I sometimes ask you to do those things as well. I know young bloods look for a time of rest. I know that young people also need some kind of rest. It's not that they are always full of energy and they can always do work, their body also need rest. Lucius, I have slept my lord already. Lucius is saying that I know, and so I have already slept earlier. Brutus, it was well done, and thou slept and thou shalt sleep again. তো বলছে that was smart that you have already slept earlier, একটু আগে রেস্ট নিয়ে নিয়েছো, that was smart of you, and you will sleep some more also. I will not hold thee long. So বলছে I will not keep you long, I will not hold thee long মানে I will not keep you awake for long. If I do live, I will be good to thee. তো বলছে যে if I will be alive after this battle, I will be good with you. I have always tortured you মানে physically না, অনেক এই কাজ ওই করো রাত্রিরে ঘুম থেকে ডেকে দেওয়া এই সমস্ত অনেক করেছি, বাট আমি যদি বেঁচে থাকি এরপর I will be good with you. Then Lucius plays some music, sing a song, and singing a song, playing a song, বেচারা ও নিজেই ঘুমিয়ে পড়ে, ঠিক আছে। Now the time comes when Brutus will see the ghost for the first time at Sardis, second time, and the last time at Philippi. Brutus, this is a sleepy tune. Brutus is saying, oh my god, this tune is so sleepy. O murderous slumber, lays thou thy leaden mace upon my boy that plays the music. So বলছে যে murderous slumber মানে sleep. So all of a sudden such deadening sleep lay upon, have touched my boy বলতে এখানে my boy বলতে Lucius কে বোঝাচ্ছে, that plays the music. So you have made the person go off to sleep who was playing the music for me, so that sleep can come to me, যাতে আমি ঘুমাতে পারি। বাট আমি না ঘুমিয়ে যে ঘুমের মিউজিক আমার জন্য বাজাচ্ছিল সেই ঘুমিয়ে গেল। জেন্টল নেভ গুড নাইট। তো জেন্টল নেভ লুসিয়াসকে আর কি বলছে যে ডিয়ার বয় গুড নাইট, আই উইল নট ডু দি সো মাচ রং টু ওয়েক দি। তো বলছে যে আমি তোমার সাথে আর অন্যায় করব না যে তোমাকে এখন জাগিয়ে দেবো যে ভাই ওঠ মিউজিক বাজা। আই উইল নট ডু দ্যাট রং। If thou dost not, thou breakest thy instrument. So the way he went off to sleep, he slept on his instrument. So Brutus is saying that if you nod, if you move your head, you can break your instrument. I'll take it from thee. So I will take away the instrument from you, so that your instrument doesn't get broken up and you also don't hurt yourself. And good boy, good night. And then he is talking to himself. Let me see. Is not the leaf turned down where I left reading? Now let me see. He takes out the book, the story book that he was looking in his gown pocket. He takes out that and he is saying to himself that let me see till where I have read. He has marked it by turning the page down, যেরকম পেজ ফোল্ড করে রাখা হয় কর্নারে ওরকম ফোল্ড করে রেখেছে। Here it is, I think. তো বলছে এই তো I got it. Now while he is about to go to read the story, the ghost of Caesar enters. Brutus, how ill this taper burns. আমরা যখনই কোনো এই হরর ফিল্ম দেখি, whenever we see any kind of horror film, লাইট দপদপ করা, হঠাৎ করে অন্ধকার হয়ে যাওয়া, all of a sudden, যদি ক্যান্ডেলস জ্বলে ক্যান্ডেল দপদপ করবে, হাওয়ায় নিভে যাবে। So over here also the ghost has appeared, and as well the candle is not burning properly, it's dimming away. Okay, who comes here? He is asking, who is this? I think it is the weakness of mine eyes that shapes this monstrous apparition. It comes upon me. So he's saying that I think it's the weakness of my eyes that it's making to see such kind of awful ghost, awful apparition and a shadow, and it is coming towards me. Art thou anything? And as the apparition is coming towards him, he is saying that are you real? Are you something in real? Art thou some god, some angel, or some devil that makest my blood cold and my hair to stare? Hair to stare mane goosebumps, to give goosebumps. So he is saying that are you some kind of a god? Are you some kind of an angel, or you are some kind of devil or evil? Because as you are coming near me, I am feeling my body blood to go cold, and I am having goosebumps in my whole body. Speak to me, what thou art. So he is saying that speak to me, who are you? And the apparition say, thy evil spirit, Brutus. He is saying, I am your evil spirit, Brutus. Now we can say that he is hallucinating this ghost or this apparition as a figurine of Julius Caesar. But this can be his hallucination of his own inner soul, which has done wrong with Julius Caesar. He is now feeling guilty, we can say this, and he is now feeling guilty that he has assassinated Caesar, and that's why he is hallucinating all this. এটা একটা hallucination যেটা ও দেখছে, হতেই পারে। ওকে, Brutus, why camest thou? Brutus, why did you come here? The ghost is saying, to tell thee thou shalt see me at Philippi. তো So the ghost is saying that to tell you that you will again see me at Philippi. Brutus, well then I shall see thee again. তো বলছে যে okay, then I will see you again. Ghost, A, at Philippi. Yes, at Philippi we'll again meet. Brutus, why I will see thee at Philippi then? তো বলছে why you will again reappear at Philippi? And as he was asking this question, the ghost disappears. Brutus, now I have taken heart, thou vanishest. So he's saying that when I have taken heart, মানে when I have got some courage, you vanished. আমার যখন when I was getting goosebumps, when my blood was turning cold, I was asking you question out of fear. But when I got some courage and I was about to ask you some questions, you did vanish away. Why, bhai? Ill spirit, I will hold more talk with thee. But you are evil spirit, I would like to talk with you. And then he shouts and calls, boy Lucius, Vero, Claudio, sir, awake Claudio. সবাইকে জাগিয়ে দিল। Lucius, the strings, my lord, are false. Lucius তখনও ঘুমিয়ে মনে করছে ও বাজাচ্ছে, বলছে the music is not in tune, the music is not in tune. Brutus, he thinks he is still at his instrument. Lucius, awake. Brutus বলছে যে আরে ভাই বেচারা মনে করছে এখনো ইনস্ট্রুমেন্ট নিয়ে রয়েছে। Lucius, awake. Lucius, my lord. Brutus, didst thou dream, Lucius, that thou so criest out? So Brutus is saying ki, were you dreaming, Lucius? Why did you cry out so loud? Lucius, my lord, I did not know that I did cry. So if anyone is sleeping and if anyone is dreaming, and if the person is in a deep sleep and he is dreaming, he will never realize that whether he have shouted, whether he have cried or anything. So bechara bolche, I don't know whether if I have shouted or not. Brutus, yes, that thou didst you see anything? But now if anyone is sleeping in a deep sleep, সে কি করে কিছু দেখবে? So Brutus is like trying to pacify his fear. He's trying to pacify his fear, saying that like consoling himself that the noise, ওই যে ভূতটা যেটা আর কি যে apparitionটা whatever the apparition have said, he's trying to pacify himself by or console himself by thinking that these were said by Lucius who was sleeping in his sleep. সেটাই চাইছে নিজের মনকে সান্ত্বনা দেওয়ার জন্য। তো ব্রুটাস তাই বলছে হ্যাঁ ইউ ডিড, বলছে কিছু কি দেখতে পেয়েছো? এবার কেউ ঘুমিয়ে থাকলে কি দেখবে? স্বপ্ন ছাড়া আর কিছু দেখার নেই। Lucius, nothing my boy, nothing my lord. Lucius বলছে no sir, I did not see anything. Brutus, sleep again. তো ব্রুটাস বলছে যাও ঘুমিয়ে পড়ো আবার, বলে লুসিয়াসকে Lucius, sleep again Lucius. Then Sira, Claudio, Vero, fellow, thou awake. তো Vero Claudioকে ডেকে দিচ্ছে। Vero, Claudio, my lord বলে ডাকছে ওরা দুজনেই। Brutus, why did you so cry out, sirs, in your sleep? তো ব্রুটাস ইয়েকে বলছে, Vero Claudioকে বলছে, স্যার আপনারা এরকম চিৎকার করেছেন কেন নিজেদের ঘুমের মধ্যে? মানে ওদেরকেও সেম ব্লেমটা দিচ্ছে। তো আমরা বুঝতেই পারছি যে ও নিজেকে স্যাটিসফাই করার চেষ্টা করছে। Vero Claudio, did we my lord? Vero Claudio, ওরা ঘুমিয়ে পড়েছে, কে ঘুমের মধ্যে চিৎকার করছে বোঝা যায় কি? তো বলছে আমরা কি সত্যি করেছি, did we? Brutus, saw you anything? বলছে yes। আবার বলে ওদেরকেও জিজ্ঞাসা করছে did you see anything? Vero, no my lord, I saw nothing. Claudio, nor I my lord। তো বলছে না, দুজনেই বলছে no, we haven't seen anything. Brutus, go and commend me to my brother Cassius। তো বলছে go and bring some news from my brother Cassius. Bid him set on his powers betimes before and we will follow. So ask him to get his soldiers ready and march first and we will follow them. Vero and Claudio, it shall be done my lord. And then both of them exit away. Okay, so over here the scene comes to an end and then later we will go on with the battle scene.